my name is Ying and welcome back to another episode with us. In today's episode, we have with us Isabelle Ng from Reach Counselling Service. Thank you so much for being with us here.
Thank you.
So Isabelle, can you share with us about how usually infidelity starts?
High percentage of infidelity actually start from a platonic friendship. Some would say that actually he or she was just a friend, but there is a common myth that we talk about affair in the past that is actually someone who is seeking out a thrill. But in this case, it's actually not far and beyond. It's usually in our own backyard. Most of the affair partners is some colleagues that we work with in the same company or in the same sphere of work. It's not surprising because we spend quite a lot of hours of our day in the office, and having that close interactions and connections can lead to something more emotionally connected. All right. Another areas will be our own circle of friends, friends that we could have long-term friendship with, and over time it can develop from a harmless friendship into something even deeper. Well, last but not least, the latest threat is actually our phone or the chat group platforms with just text messages in the beginning. Seems innocence can later lead into something more intimate.
Usually in a couple's relationship, what tends to bring about infidelity?
Infidelity also happens in happy marriages.
Oh, is that true?
Yes. It's not only happening in unloving or unhappy marriages.
Mm-hmm.
It could start with one spouse or the other feeling that they are not satisfied in this marriage, especially in terms of their emotional needs, they are not met, which include sexual intimacy. Another reason could be the couples are not spending enough time or making efforts to spend time together for a prolonged period of time, and that could also then result in them feeling their emotional attachment fading away from each other. They don't feel as close as what they used to be, and in such a context, affair can slip in very easily.
So after a revelation of an affair, what usually takes place?
Usually in cases where the spouse will go through a cycle of shock, disbelief, anger, sadness, and disappointment. What makes it more damaging, that is actually suffering from what we believe called post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms day by day. He or she would feel like internal worries turning upside down, and they could be very helpless emotionally.
What are some of the symptoms of PTSD?
PTSD, where we can see spouses who are being betrayed, having flashback. Some cases could be become hypervigilant, especially on the affair spouse, the infidel. He or she may be over obsessed with details of the affairs.
In terms of emotions also, does it cause a person to become aggressive, become angry, become overly depressed? Does it cause these emotions?
Yes, they have. Indeed, sometimes emotions exhibit in terms of having a high level anxiety, or they could feel that they are in the period of grief. Yeah.
So what usually are some of the signs of infidelity?
It happens when you will realize that the closeness that you once experienced with your partner or your husband, your spouse, seems not to be there, or he or she could be telling you he needs to work longer hours in the office, and you later rediscover that actually that's not true, that he actually could have come home by 6 p.m. but he stayed up until 11 p.m. and you couldn't account for the missing hours where he was. And when that becomes a prolonged period, or when the intimacy is no more expressed in the relationship, spouse can get suspicious.
So usually how can a couple recover from this affair? Do you have a lot of success cases?
Depends on the couples, on when they decide to want to commit to this recovery process and how much effort they were willing to put in. A couple need to put in a lot of patience and seek help from a professional counselor. Do not deal it on their own, because infidelity is a very complex issue. With help from a professional, the couples can walk through this journey together and hopefully see the light of the tunnel in the end.
So in this case, how usually do Reach Counselling Service, or rather these counselling services help couples?
As counselors, we can give them the neutral platform, and it's a safe platform with objectivity and constructively. The couples will be able to work through the issues that are embedded in their marriage and find out behind the affair what were the cause or what are the pitfalls that they could avoid or maybe work through and recover.
Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Do stay tuned with us, and in the next episode, we'll be talking to Reach Counselling Service once again.